Warm welcome to the Lonza Arena on this Friday, first day of the World Championship Ball Hockey 2024 in Wiesbaden. Herzlich willkommen in der Lonza Arena zum Weltmeisterschaft Ballhockey 2024 in Wiesbaden. Wir danken unseren Partnern, damit das überhaupt möglich ist. Gemeinde Visp en Alpina AG Visp, Leukersommer, Life Systems, Metzgerei Zuber, Ochsner Hockey AG, Sikabau AG, Volken Group und der Walliser Kantonalbank. Herzlichen Dank für eure Unterstützung. Of course, we greet our teams for tonight's games, Switzerland and USA, with their staff and Europe, their fans. Team USA playing in the white jerseys, playing with the next players. In goal, number 31, Robert Snyder. 25, Joe Melillo. 92, Nick Carter. 60, John Downey. 19, Cody Swift. 88, Michael Ennis. 71, Jordan Albright. 24, Johnny Ruiz. Numbers 97, Mike Navoy. 20, Drew Albright. 72, Corey Wilson. 8, Mark Bergamasco. 11, Steve Skia. 4, Vinny Tuminello. Number 9, Eddie Urban. 43, Brandon Prestigetti. 14, Brandon Krause. 93, Colin Callahan. 21, AJ Gus. Number 37, Scott Quagan. 61, Nicola Levesque. 81, Corey Brereton. 13, Brandon Jones.
Welcome back, ball hockey fans, to the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. To the official opening match between the home nation, Switzerland, and the visiting team, the United States of America. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris Bakanowitz. Happy for you to join us. Appreciate all the fans back home tuning in to watch this marquee matchup in the A group. This will be both teams' first match of the tournament. USA 2022 bronze medalist Switzerland has not medaled in the men's A pool yet. However, they do have a deep roster, and talking with their coach beforehand, Tibor Kapanik, they are definitely going to be a threat in this tournament. Some returning talent, but also a lot of young, new, fast talent on the team. United States, a veteran roster led by Captain Johnny Ruiz. On offense, on defense, led by Nick Carter. Always solid in goal. Robbie Snyder, I believe, will get the start tonight, backed up by Patrick Bell. As the captains meet for the ceremonial exchange of tokens before the start of the game. Looking forward to an exciting game here. I expect this to be fast-paced. Very high energy. Both teams are amped up. It's Friday night, 8 p.m. here. It's very filled at Lonza Arena on a Friday night. Switzerland wearing their custom home black jerseys with the red emblem. The United States in white with white shorts. Head coach Corey Hirsch has this team ready to go. And they're going to want to get out and get that renowned United States forecheck going early. We'll see how the Swiss counter, as I believe we're going to have a ceremonial ball drop with the local executive of the Valais Canton here in beautiful Visp in Raron, Switzerland. You can get all stats live. We have updated scoring on stats.isbhf.com. You can find the link directly on our homepage on isbhf.com. As we get ready for the ceremonial ball drop here. A lot of fans in attendance here from the local city of Visp and Raron, home to the 2024 World Ball Hockey Championships.
Thank you very much, Mr. Franz Ruppen. Now is everything ready for the game of the evening between Switzerland and Team USA.
So it looks like Switzerland is starting Zyorgen in net. Just want to make sure I get the names right here. Killian Zyorgen. As we get ready for the opening draw, one back by Switzerland. United States, here we go with their renowned forecheck, kept in deep by the United States. Good keep in at the line. Ruiz down into the corner, looking for a centering pass, just missed. Comes along to the near boards. Switzerland gets a breakout potential, odd man rush. Pass goes a little too wide. Pinned in deep along the corner. That was Ken Mueller trying to make that pass. As Switzerland gets a good keep in here on the offensive zone. Good poke check by the United States. They potentially have numbers as Switzerland is caught in a line change. Shot by Ruiz. Good early pad save there by Zyorgen. United States going to look to get a cycle going here early. Nick Carter at the point, throws it on net, batted down, rebound, out in front, shot, score! The United States goes up early. I believe that was number 13, Brandon Jones, buries the rebound on a Nick Carter shot. Switzerland walking to the bench with their head down as number 26, Yannick Eberle, goes over to tell the goaltender to forget about it. Nothing really he could do from that distance. And yes, it was Brandon Jones with the early goal, less than a minute That's going to silence this home crowd of Switzerland. We'll see who gets the assist. I believe Carter's definitely going to get the assist as he took the original wrist shot from the point.
0053, goal team USA. Scored by number 13, Jones Brandon. Assisted by number 72, Corey Wilson. Team Switzerland 0.
So they gave Corey Wilson the assist on that 72. I thought that was Carter who had the shot. My apologies on that. So Brandon Jones from Corey Wilson. Myself being a native of America, I know those two have played together for many, many years. Well over a decade now. As we get early chance for Switzerland going here with the home crowd. United States again in on the forecheck shot. Glove save up into the boards. Far side, Switzerland throws it cross floor to the near side. And back behind the net, corralling it up is Yannick Eberle. And he's going to go off for a change as Switzerland is going to look to advance the ball up to Filipek. Filipek still with it, looking for an outlet pass. Switzerland trying to get it deep. They're going to get their forecheck going here. In down deep. That's Weru, Adrian. There's two Werus here on Switzerland. Number 71, Adrian Werley, and number 74, Nicholas Werley. As looks like Switzerland's going to get some wholesale line change as the United States gets some fresh legs as well as Drew Albright takes the ball behind the net. So quick start for the United States here. Stick handling into the zone. Poked aside into the corner. Cycled down low, kept in by the United States. United States wheeling and dealing behind the net. That's John Dutney. Dutney still with it. Chipped up along the far boards. Switzerland has an odd man rush now. Opportunity to get the equalizer. And they call it offsides. The fans are screaming here. We'll take a look at the replay, but the ref blew the whistle early there. I think Switzerland got a little overzealous. So they show the goal here on the replay. That was Brandon Jones on that turnaround that beat the netminder clean. So face off in the neutral zone. One back by Switzerland, fired in deep. Waffled the side by Snyder. Poke check up along the boards. Backed in is the United States after a good key poke check there by Switzerland. Trying to walk it out in front. Battled off. Albright doing a good job there on his man, not giving him any space to breathe. That's number 8, Rodewald for Switzerland, who was trying to make a move on Albright, but Albright wasn't having it. All the way across the court onto the stick of Carter. He's going to pass it all the way back to Joe Melillo as Carter goes off for a change. Carter, an assistant captain on the team. Out comes number 8, Mark Bergamasco. And back behind the net goes Corey Wilson. Looking like the United States is going to try and get a set outlet pass going here. So carried up through the middle, gained the neutral zone, dumped it in down low. Wilson giving chase. Hit in down low. Battle along the near boards. Centering attempt. Goes off of a foot. Wilson behind the net, tries a wraparound. Oh, good play there by the Swiss netminder. Another wraparound. It's in his pads. No, the referee blows it off. I thought it might have been in the net there for a second, but the referee blew it dead. Good job there by Killian Georgian keeping that ball out of the back of the net. And a 1-0 game for the United States. As the United States is going to get a fresh set of legs out there. I see Brendan Persischetti coming out. Dutney on defense along with Drew Albright. Tumanello is going to take the draw, and he's got Brendan Krause to his left. Neither team wins the draw. Ultimately, the United States gets possession. Krause fires it on net. Picked up by Switzerland. Batted around to the near boards. Picked up by Rodriguez. Good poke check there by Persischetti to send it back into the Swiss zone. Picked up by Klubeck. Klubeck has it. Over to the near boards to Rodriguez. Into the neutral zone, trying to dump it in deep. They do. But looks like Switzerland's going to get some changes here as the United States carries the ball into the neutral zone. Wheeling and dealing. Drew Albright dumps it in deep. Albright, the defenseman, pinching. He's got it down low. Looking for some help. Throws it in front. Intercepted. Good read there by Switzerland. Potentially numbers. Crowd getting excited. Oh, nice move there. Ball just rolled off of his stick. That was number 66, Mario Pollock, as the United States goes on the counterattack. Number 9, Eddie Urban with it. Urban looking for some help. Finally rifled in down low. Centering attempt. Nobody there to receive it. Picked up by Switzerland. That's number 2, Alexander Mahmoud with it. And Switzerland and the United States getting some line changes going here. Switzerland with possession. Pollock has it. Trying to gain the neutral zone. Still no outlet pass for Pollock. Comes to the near board over to Rodewald. Intercepted. Good read there by the United States. Great job by Steve Sion. Sion dumps it in deep. Beaten to it by Switzerland. Here we go again with Switzerland trying to get a counterattack going. That's Rodewald. Fires it around. Intercepted by Carter up along the boards. Rodewald has it. Went off of a couple of sticks. Picked up by Hoscher. Hoscher over to the point. That's Mueller with it. Mueller fires it wide. Chipped up along the near boards. Intercepted. Good read by Switzerland again. Switzerland with sustained pressure. Shot! Goes off of a foot in front. Snyder can't see it. Where is it? Referee blows it dead. Snyder finally found the ball and got in his glove. Dangerous play there for the United States. Not getting that clear when they had the opportunity. Good pressure by Switzerland. They got to be happy with that shift. So face off to the right of Schneider. One cleanly by Switzerland. Good look at the net. Nice block by the United States. Shot goes wide. Schneider gets a glove on it. We'll have another face-off. This time to his left along the near boards. Mueller taking the draw for Switzerland. One cleanly by Mueller. Good win there by him. All the way back to the point to Eberle. Shot blocked by the United States. See if they get a counterattack going. That's Jordan Albright. Albright tried to get it over to the Ruiz. Unable to handle it. Centered it. Over to Bergamasco. Shot blocked. Kept in at the point. Rifled in down low. United States with possession. Albright with it. Sends it back to the point. Nobody there to receive it. Finally, Bergamasco has it, but I believe that's going to be a flooring call, yes, and they are not going to let the United States get any line changes here, as Switzerland is going to make wholesale changes to get some fresh legs, try and take advantage of a United States team that has been out there for a little over 40 seconds. Take a look at the replay here. That's a dangerous play by the United States defenseman. And luckily Schneider was able to locate that ball and get a glove on it for the U.S. U.S. ready to take the draw. Good win there by the United States by Albright. Ruiz sends it back behind the net over to Bergamasco. Now the United States is going to get some changes. Drew Albright takes it. Albright looking for an outlet pass. Chipped up by Wilson. In down deep. Rifled around. Nobody there for the U.S. to receive it. Picked up by Switzerland. Cross floor pass. Here's an opportunity for Switzerland. Shot. Oh, good positional save by Robbie Schneider on a nice wrist shot by Alessio Faina. Faina with probably the best look at the net so far, as we're about just past the halfway mark in the first period, in front of a very packed Lanza Arena as the home team Switzerland takes on the United States in the opening matchup for both teams here in the A pool. Ready for the draw, won by Switzerland. Bounced off of a stick. Wheeling and dealing to Switzerland, centers it. Good centering attempt there by Paulik, unable to find it, but that shot made it through. Good positional save again by Schneider. She looked sharp early. Now the United States has it, trying to stick handle through the zone. That's Drew Albright, dumps it off to Jones, down low, and Albright gives chase. Hemmed in by Mueller. Referee screaming at him to move it. Ball is still loose. Neither team with possession. Now finally picked up by Mahmoud. He rifles it up, down low. U.S. giving chase. Flooring is waved off. Oh, loses the ball there. Dangerous play by the United States. Defensive partner helped him out there. Good smart positioning by Vinny Tumanello. As Switzerland makes some line changes, dumped in down deep. Chip back up. Swiss have possession now. Far pass. Unable to corral it for Switzerland was number 81, Moritz Hascher. United States with their classic forecheck. They are very good at applying pressure on opposing teams and forcing them to make bad outlet passes, but now the United States is caught. Switzerland has numbers once they gain the zone, but good hustle there. Uh-oh, turnover shot. Oh, good save, Schneider again. That's 3 big saves he's made this period. I believe that was Mahmoud on the shot there with the good look at the net. Good positional save by Schneider. And I hear some chants from the United States contingent of Robbie as we get a draw to the right of Schneider. One shot. Oh, save Schneider. Loose ball. Schneider took an extra step out of the crease there to cut off that angle. He's kept this a 1-0 game for the United States. He's playing big. Ball sent in down deep. Picked up by Fairclaw. Fairclaw trying to get a cycle going, intercepted by the United States. Mueller fires it in down low, but intercepted by the United States, and now they gain calm possession. Bergamasco had it, sent it up, now sent it in all the way by Mike Malloy to the near boards. Cycle down low, that's Steve Sion with it. Sion giving chase. Sion hemmed in. Drops it off to his partner, A.J. Getz. Trying to get the ball in front, deflected. Switzerland content here to try and wait for something to develop along the near boards. Fired in down low by Worley. Good pickup by Switzerland. Man open in front. Couldn't find him, though. Trying to get a shot on net. Went off of a foot. United States dumps it in down deep. They're going to get some changes as number 93 for the United States, Connor Callahan. Believe this is Mr. Callahan's first World Championship. He gave it some chase there on the forecheck, and now Switzerland makes some changes with 3:45 remaining in the first period. Switzerland again waiting for the outlet pass to develop. Up along the far boards, chipped in down deep. Good play there by Albright to bump his man off the play. Now a battle along the far boards. Gathered up by the United States. Ball rolls away from, I believe that was Nikola Levesque. Yep, it was Levesque. But Levesque is now in down deep, giving chase. Loses, blows a tire. United States contingent screaming for a call here. Is an opportunity for Switzerland. Shot goes wide. Sent up down deep. Albright trying to corral it, but good poke check there by the Swiss team. Albright circles. Shot, score! I don't know if that was deflected, but Jordan Albright threw it on net. We'll see who they give the goal to. Good hustle play by Jordan Albright to make it 2-0 for the United States. I believe that was deflected from my vantage point up here in the bird box, but hopefully we'll get to see that on the replay. Switzerland finding themselves in an early 2-0 hole. So the first goal for the United States was Brandon Jones, assisted by Corey Wilson. So there's a shot. You can't see it on that replay by Albright. He didn't really make a great celebration, so I'll have to wait till they put it on stats.isbhf.com. Jones with it. Dumps it in down deep.
12-08, goal Team USA. Scored by number 97.
And another goal as the United States buries it on a one-time feed. I believe that was Jones again with his second. It was. I was quiet there waiting to hear the announcer announce the goal, and in the midst of all that, as can happen in these events, things happen quickly. Brandon Jones with just a rifle of a shot. And now we have a timeout, Switzerland. So head coach Tibor Kapanik is calling a timeout, asking his team to come together here. While we have a timeout, I'm going to take a look at stats.isbhf.com and see where goal scorers are. So that second goal was Mike Malloy. He did get a deflection, number 97, assisted by Carter, number 92. And I mean, they're saying Levesque, but I could have swore that was Albright that took the shot, but 71 versus 61, so my bad on that. Nikola Levesque with the assist. And yes, Brandon Jones got his second of the game, assisted by Corey Fredrickson and Corey Wilson. So both Jones and Corey Wilson with 2 points already. As timeout is over and Switzerland finds himself in a deep 3-0 hole here with 2:30 remaining in the first period.
Goal Team USA. Number 13, Brandon Jones. Assisted by number 18.
U.S. with possession again, down low.
Assisted by number 72.
Trying to find an open man, can't find one. Attempted a give and go there. Good read by Switzerland.
Team USA, 3. 6 and 20.
Chipped in down deep by the United States. Giving chase is Vinny Tumanello. Tumanello with it, over to the point, long shot. Went off of a foot, good block there by Switzerland. So back behind the net goes Rodriguez as the United States gets some changes. Switzerland along the near boards looking to dump and chase. Intercepted by the United States. Good neutral zone play there. Still stuck in the neutral zone. Now Switzerland gathers. And we're going to get an interference call. It was fairly obvious in front of me. I don't think number 9, Eddie Urban's going to argue that. The ball had been cleared well past him when he put himself in front of the Swiss player. So good call by the referee. And a great opportunity here for Switzerland to get right back in this one. Let's see who they put out on the power plays. The United States is going to put out what I assume is their number 1 penalty kill unit. So I see Bergamasco, the captain Johnny Ruiz, assistant captain Nick Carter, and I believe number 61, Nikola Levesque. I see Mahmoud, number 2 for Switzerland out there. Number 78, Philip Peak, took the draw over to the point to Miller. Sent in down low by Switzerland. United States in a box. Going to try and keep everything to the outside, not let Switzerland have the one-time effort. I think they feel pretty good. Robbie Snyder, if he sees it from the point, is going to make the save. Sent in toward the far wing. Wrist shot. Easy save for Snyder, and there's the clear. So that's what the United States wants to do, right? Keep the shots to the outside. Let Snyder snee it. Make the save. Get the clear. Tim Mueller has it. Dumped in down low. Carter's going to win that battle, but kept in by Mueller. Rifled across, but poor pass there by Mueller to Bermude. He has to give it right back to Mueller. They gain the zone. Over to Mueller. Mueller walking it in. Is he going to shoot? Yes, he is. Good stick check there. Shot. Snyder's going to stop those all tournament. You're not going to beat World Championship goaltenders from that point. Now, unless that was an intentional shot to get a line change because they're a little gassed after being out there for a minute, then credit to Switzerland. But if that's their intention on the power play, head coach Kapanik is obviously going to be telling them, guys, we can't do that. Can't beat World Championship level goaltenders without people in front, especially on shots from below the red line. And we have some referee instructions here on where to line up for the draw. Face off, one back cleanly by Switzerland. Over to Siafo. Siafo at the point, but loses it. Potential here. Albright with it. The Albright brothers, Jordan and Drew. Swiss player takes a fall. I don't see a hand up. Looking to see if there's a call here. Nope, that is the end of the period. There's no call, so United States looking very sharp, 3-0. These are 10-minute intermissions between periods. Again, you can get all your goal scoring and stats updated on stats.isbhf.com. There's a link directly to it from our homepage. Just to recap the scoring, Brandon Jones from Corey Wilson, Mike Malloy from Nick Carter and Levesque, and then Brandon Jones again from Corey Wilson and Corey Fredrickson. In net for the United States is Robbie Snyder, who has made 12 saves. Switzerland in net is the origin, and he has made 5 saves on 8 shots. So we'll be back in 9 minutes.
dein Traum wahr werden. Wird zum Profi. ochsnerhockey.ch
All right, we're about ready to start second period action here. Opening night, 2024 World Ball Hockey Championships. United States leading the home nation Switzerland 3-0. Get all your stats on stats.isbhf.com. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris Bakanowitz. Happy to have you with us. Appreciate everybody tuning in. As the United States gains possession along the near board, Drew Albright, and that's going to end up being played by the netminder here, as the United States still has 18 seconds left, being shorthanded. So can Switzerland get anything going here in 18 seconds? No, fakes a shot. Good stick work there. Dumped in down low. And that's going to do it for the penalty, as Eddie Urban's going to come out of the box. Good chip in there by Switzerland. That's Nicholas Worley, all the way deep to the point. Shot goes well wide. Drew Albright centers it up. United States looking to get numbers. Good back check there. That was number 65, Yannick Mueller for Switzerland. Dumped in down low. United States gets some changes. Switzerland looking to lob it into the zone. They do. They're successful. Poked in down low. Given chase by Rodewald. Rodewald with it. Still wheeling and dealing. Shaking and baking. Finally backhanded out by Carter, but intercepted back in by Swiss. And now they potentially have numbers if they can make a centering pass here. Oh, ball just sent a little too hot ahead of Tobias Rodewald, who would have had a golden opportunity on Robbie Snyder, who's made 12 saves already for the United States. Keep this a shutout so far. Long wrister goes wide. Picked up by Bergamasco. Tried to get it down low. Ball bounces all the way to the far board. Chipped up and out. No flooring. U.S. giving chase. Along the far boards, dumped it up. Still can't get out of the zone. Now they do. But good keep by Switzerland as they gain the United States zone. Dumped in all the way along the near boards. Still battling along the near boards. Finally picked up by Switzerland. Looked like he blew a tire there. U.S. can't get it out of the zone. Now they do. That was A.J. Geitz with it. Sent in down low. Callahan was trying to make a, look like a give and go. Unsuccessful. United States with it. Callahan shot. Easy save. Batted down. Sent all the way down. That's going to end up as a flooring call. The faceoff will come all the way back down to the Swiss zone. 11:42 remaining here in the second period. 3-0 United States over the home nation Switzerland in the opening game of the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Captain Johnny Ruiz on the draw. Ruiz wins it back. Wrist shot, pad save. Good look at the net there by Albright. And we have the referee's arm up. We are going to get a call. That sounded hard from up here in the booth. Roughing. So the U.S. will be shorthanded again. Hard to say if that was, what we call a good hockey penalty, if there was value in that. But I'm not out there on the floor. And I'll be the last person in the world to criticize Johnny Ruiz, who's a professional ice hockey player for the Danbury Hat-Tricks and is their leading scorer. But he's going to spend 2 in the sin bin. Yeah, so Ruiz went into the boards there on the replay. Got his arm up high and Hey, good call by the ref. He saw it. So United States now going to want to kill this. Make sure they don't give Switzerland some momentum. I see Jordan Albright out there on the penalty kill with Corey Wilson along with Drew Albright as the ball goes into the Switzerland zone, and the other penalty killer is John Dutney, or JD Dutney. Some people refer to him John JD. Chipped in into the United States zone, hustling back is Wilson, trying to get the clear. He does. Switzerland walks it into the neutral zone, dumps it in down low. Back behind the net. That's number 66, Mario Polik. Polik with it again. Over to the point. Switzerland going to try and get a one-timer here, some traffic in front. They got two people in front, so they might go the traffic in front route. Here's a long shot, blocked. Here's a good look at the net. Shot, blocked. United States doing a great job here blocking shots. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Long shot, scores! Switzerland breaks the ice on a blast. I believe that was number 2, Alexander Mahmoud, to make it 3-1 United States. A lot of cheers here for the home team, Switzerland. Get you that goal scorer and the assist in just a minute. Hard to say if Schneider saw that. I doubt he did because there was bodies in front. Take a look at the replay here. Hard to say from that angle. Tend to give the kid the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he's a world championship level goalie. But, these balls curve. If you've never been to a high-level hockey tournament, believe me, these balls can curve 10 feet. It's one of the reasons why ice hockey players don't like playing ball hockey. And we are going to get a penalty again here, a tripping call going against Switzerland. So now the United States is going to go on the man advantage. So your Switzerland goal was indeed Alexander Mahmoud, number 2. And he was assisted by Tim Mueller and Polik. Face off to the right of the Swiss netminder, Georgian. Big opportunity here for the United States. Conversely, big penalty kill for Switzerland. So that penalty was on Aaron Eaton for Switzerland, 2 minutes for tripping. Carter has it. United States known to try and set up Johnny Ruiz on a one-timer. I mean, he's a professional ice hockey player. He's just lethal when he has looks at the net. Right now, he switched back to the quarterback position. Here it comes, one-timer shot, pad save. Poke check behind the net by Carter. Intercepted by Switzerland. They get the clear. Big cheers from the Swiss crowd. So Jordan Albright has it. Long shot by Jordan intentionally wide. And rifled immediately out of the zone as he reached the halfway point on the man advantage. United States gets some fresh legs out there. So Jordan Albright with it. See JD Dutney coming out on the floor. Albright going to carry it in and dump. Sends it up along the near boards. Back to the point. That was Malloy that had it. Long shot blocked. Another long shot. Oh, good pass save shot. Oh, just goes wide. Good rebound effort there by the United States. Shot. Good positional butterfly save on the one-timer by Albright as we get extracurricular activities here. Brandon Jones taking exception to that shove from the Switzerland player, but hey, in Switzerland's defense, what's the guy supposed to do? Is let him sit there and whack at the goalie? You know, Jan Bardos doing what Jones would have done if the situation were reversed. But, hey, emotions are high. It's the home team. That's what's going to happen in World Championship events. 20 seconds left on the man advantage here. Face-off won back a little too hard by Corey Wilson, but picked up by J.D. Dutney. Turns it back over to Wilson. Wilson looking to gain the line. Does. Chips it in himself. Goes after it. Gets it on the forecheck. He's got help from Fredrickson. And now that ball gets rifled up into the stands. Lucky souvenir for a fan. One second left on the man advantage. As soon as the ball drops, we'll be back to even strength. Face-off picked up by the United States. Back behind the net. Persischetti in front, shot. Oh, what a stop! Killian Georgian with the arguably his best save of the day there on a quick feed in front. I believe that was Brendan Krause on the shot. Yeah, Krause had a really good look at the net there, but Georgian stonewalling him. Face-off poked up by the Swiss. Here's a break opportunity for the Swiss and all alone. Great back check there as the ball goes up into the glove of the netminder Schneider. Great hustle there by Brendan Persischetti to poke check that away as Switzerland almost got their second. Good hands there, though, by Yannick Eberle for Switzerland. Taking that feed, running the length of the floor. Kid's got a motor on him. Face-off one back by the United States, over to Carter. So Persischetti ends up after that hustle play with a 2-minute minor for slashing. Another opportunity here for Switzerland. Switzerland trying to walk it in, set up a one-timer. U.S. manages to chip it up out of the zone. Switzerland can make this a one-goal game. You've heard me say it before. 2-goal lead, right? Worst goal in sports. Or pardon me, worst lead in sports. As U.S. has a 2-on-2 and they're content to just rifle that in on net and get back into defensive position as Eddie Urban comes on for a change. U.S. stacking the line, dumped in down deep. Giving chases Paulik. Switzerland, one-timer shot. Oh, good waffle save by Robbie Schneider as he was sliding across the crease. Looked like he saw that the whole way. Just sent it up into the mesh netting. So U.S. getting some changes. Let's see, I see number 19, Cody Swift coming out. Number 97, Mike Malloy. Number 88, Michael Ondis coming out. Switzerland wins the draw. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Long wrist shot deflected right into the chest of Schneider, and he's just going to glove that for another whistle. 48 seconds left on the man advantage. Face-off won by the Swiss. Far boards. Near boards. That's Bartas with it. Bartas dumps it in down low. Misplayed by the Swiss. Rifled around by the United States. Have an opportunity to get a clear here. They are strong on the stick. They get the clear. 25 seconds left on the man advantage as Swift gives chase. Switzerland gains the zone. And the U.S. is going to be able to get a clear here with 5 seconds left remaining on the man advantage, as that should just about do it. Looks like the U.S. be back to full strength. Switzerland fails to capitalize on the man advantage. Ball batted around out there in the neutral zone, but kept in by Switzerland. Now the United States gains possession. Good job there by Persischetti coming out of the penalty box. Deflected in down deep. That's Brendan Krause on the forecheck. Krause going to go off for a change. On comes Fredrickson. Good tic-tac-toe pass there, appreciated by the Swiss audience. They gain the zone. Long shot, deflected, just goes wide. Ooh, dangerous play there for the United States. Corey Wilson with it. Tries to make a backhand pass. Good defensive breakup. Picked up by Switzerland. They try to wheel and deal, but the United States not having it. Mahmoud a little too fancy with the stick work there. Here's Fredrickson trying to make a feed. Shot, save, rebound. Great save there. 2 in a row by Zyorgen. He's keeping the Swiss in this game. He's made a couple of big saves. See on the replay here, so that first shot, it looked like went into the breadbasket. Then the United States got a whack on the backhand, and he was able to get a glove on it. So Zyorgen has made 17 saves so far. Snyder has made 15. United States trying to walk it out in front. Poked away by Switzerland. Trying to get some pressure here in the U.S. zone. That's going to be corralled up by Schneider. For the draw, just under 4 minutes remaining here in the second period. 3-1 United States. All right, referee done providing instructions. Ready for the draw. One cleanly back by the United States, picked up by Carter. Long outlet pass, trying to hit Ruiz. Good job being smart on the stick there by number 59, Lucas Tahili. Poke checking that away from Ruiz, over to Albright. And now we have a hand pass in the offensive zone. So the Swiss captain was asking for something from the far referee, not sure what it was, but that discussion's over. We're ready for the face-off. One back by the Swiss. Into the corner they go for a battle. U.S. looks like they're going to win that. Nope, I spoke too soon. Ball still ends up back behind the net. Centering feed, nobody there to pick it up. Andis with it. Andis showing some wheels. Turn around, goes wide. Still a battle along the near board. Swiss trying to get out of the zone. They can't. Hemmed in here. Good look at the net for the United States. Ball got deflected up over the net. Callahan now giving chase. Callahan trying to make something happen behind the net. Callahan centering feed. Nobody there. Picked up at the point, rifled in by Getz. U.S. with some good sustained pressure. Switzerland is tired. You can see it. They're starting to walk. All alone shot. Oh, what a stop! Are you kidding me? On his butt. Goodness gracious, Killian Georgian. Oh, boy, U.S. is going to be kicking themselves after that one. Had Georgian dead to rights, but he managed to make the save. You see here on the replay. U.S. player very disgusted with himself. Credit to Georgian. Neither team wins the draw. Finally, the United States picks it up. Nobody there to receive the feed behind the net, so it's picked up by Switzerland. Oh, good intercept there by the U.S. Dumped in on low. Drew Albright giving chase. Albright loses his footing. Another U.S. player loses his footing. Switzerland dumping it low. They gather up possession. Centering feed. They have numbers. Can they get it on net? Shot. Blocked. Bad outlet pass there by the United States. One-time attempt. Shot deflected. Goes into the corner. Fina with it. Fina's got no help as Switzerland making some line changes here. He's got no place to go with the ball. Looks like Persischetti picked it up. Rifles it in down deep. He's going to go off for a change. Switzerland is offsides. Referee yelling at him, you're offsides. You need to clear the zone, son. He does. Here's a good look for Albright. Walking it all alone. Shot. Again a save, but the rebound is buried and the United States goes up 4-1. Not sure what happened on that rebound as it looked like Georgian made the initial save. He might have lost track of it. I believe that was Albright on the initial shot. And then the goal. We'll see who they give the credit to. So 4-1 U.S. Just under a minute remaining here in the second period. So that was Drew Albright. Corey Wilson gets the assist. So Wilson with 3 points on the night, and Drew Albright buried his own rebound.
USA 4.
Ready for the faceoff here with 36 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-1 U.S. Intercepted in the neutral zone. Long wrist shot by Ruiz goes well wide. Gonna end up all the way at the point. 18 seconds left. Sent in down low. U.S. trying to make something happen. Over to Melillo. Uh-oh, bad bounce. Goes the United States' favor. Shot goes just wide with 4 seconds left. U.S. bench screaming to shoot. And it looked like that ball was deflected there at the end. So 4-1 United States. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Check your stats at stats.isphf.com. See you in 10.
Hockey.ch.
Welcome back, Team Switzerland!
And we're back here for start of the third period action as the U.S. corrals the ball up in the neutral zone. Intercepted by Switzerland. Now here's an opportunity. Shot goes well wide. That was number 2, Alexander Mahmoud, your lone Swiss goal scorer. U.S. has the ball up along the far boards. Opportunity here for the U.S. Easily gloved. And we're going to get a face-off to the left of Kilian Ziorgin, the Swiss netminder. So looks like Vinny Tuminello on the draw. One cleanly shot, pad save. Defense clears the rebound. U.S. getting a good cycle going here. Long shot, well wide. Back behind the net. Trying to get a centering feed going. Shot, oh, just goes over the net. Trying to see who took that shot there. It looks like it was Brendan Krause that just met the net. U.S. with sustained pressure. Still inside the Swiss zone. Swiss have got to be gassed. This is a long shift. Long shot from Wilson. Ball is loose as both players fall into the netminder, and it looks like the entire Swiss bench has taken some offense with the U.S. player falling down, but they got tangled up in the footing there, and I don't believe that was anything intentional on the part of Persischetti, and I'm certainly not being a homer there. Just from my vantage point, look like they got tied up, as you can see on the replay. .32 left. Waiting for the teams to get lined up for the draw. I see Bergamasco near to me on defense. Jones down low. Corey Wilson taking the draw. One back by Wilson. Sent in deep by Andes. Wilson has it. Over to Jones. Back to Bergamasco. Long shot deflected into the corner. Swiss trying to get a breakout going. They potentially have a breakaway here. Oh, outstanding hustle and back check on the United States, part of Michael Andes. As the U.S. potentially has numbers here. Brandon Jones trying to get a feed across. Shot. Good pad save. Killian Georgian standing tall again. And Snyder's going to hang on to this one. Looks like the U.S. is going to get some fresh legs out there. So some good back and forth action. Ready for the draw. Albright gathers possession. Gonna dump it in down deep, give chase. Albright's got some wheels on him. Fires it around the boards. Back behind the net. Trying to waltz out in front. Goes off of a foot. That was captain Johnny Ruiz trying to make something happen there as we're gonna get a flooring call. Face-off chipped into the near corner. Picked up by the Swiss. Rodriguez with it. Rodriguez looking to make an outlet pass. Well read by Johnny Ruiz. Over to Albright, back to Ruiz. One too many passes. Has a great defensive play there by Antoine Grandjean. I think Ruiz will want to have that one back. Ball comes towards the near board, picked up by Eddie Urban. He's bounced off the play. And Swiss still trying to find an outlet pass here. Finally, they rifle it in down low. Is it kept in? Yes, it is. Swiss giving chase. Sent up along the near boards. U.S. trying to get out of the zone. Can't. But they do maintain possession now. Sion has it. Chipped in deep. U.S. giving chase to Manello. He's going to win that race. Sent it over to Connor Callahan. Back to Tumanello trying to get it in front. Good defensive positioning there by number 21, Tim Mueller. Here comes Switzerland on the break. Fended off by the United States. Good defensive positioning. Looks like Switzerland going for some line changes here as we reach 10 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third period. U.S. up 4-1. Battle along the far boards. Switzerland comes out of that with it. Swiss player loses their footing. Still battle down low. U.S. trying to get it out. They can't. Sent in back down deep. Shot goes off the foot of Malilo. Along the far boards, that was Max Mueller over to the point. Max Mueller has it again now. Shot! Good block there. Oh, good stick handling effort. We're going to get a call. The U.S. is going to be shorthanded again. That was some outstanding stick work there by Aaron Eiden. See what Switzerland try and does while they have a 6-on-5 right now. Ball goes out of the zone. U.S. going to try and get some changes. Switzerland looking to gain the zone. They do not have the zone yet. And now we get a whistle. Hooking. I believe Malilo is going off for the hook. So big opportunity here for Switzerland to climb back into this one. Swiss looking to corral it. Intercepted by Johnny Ruiz. He's just going to dump that in down low. U.S. will get set up at the blue line. Swiss looking to gain a line. Decide to dump it in down deep. Oh, walking in all alone. Good poke check by Snyder. Loses his stick. Still makes a pad save. Picks up his stick now. Eight minutes remaining in the third period. U.S. up 4-1. Mahmoud with it. Switzerland still wheeling. Dilla, one-timer. Tic-tac-toe. The Swiss cut the lead to 2 on the man advantage. Nothing Schneider could do on that one. See who the goal scorer is. I believe that was number 66, Mario Paulik. Outstanding passing there. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, you get passes sent to you that quick, folks. Not much you can do as a netminder. Just kind of hope it hits you. Here's an opportunity for the United States. And we're going to get offsides here. So that goal was actually scored by Yannick Mueller. He was number 65. He was assisted by number 66, Mario Paulik, along with number 21, Tim Mueller. So 4-2, 7 minutes, 17 seconds left. So Carter with it back behind the net. Chipped up into the Swiss zone. Giving chase is the United States. Kept in the zone. Corey Wilson with it. Over to Carter. Wrist shot blocked. Good block there by the Swiss. Mike Malloy giving chase. Malloy's going to throw it up along the far boards. U.S. trying to regain the zone. So 1-on-3, not going to work at this level. Fredrickson loses his stick, picks it back up. Good poke check there by Corey Wilson. Sent up along the far boards. Now into the neutral zone. Switzerland feels like they have some momentum. Rifled it in, given chase. Drew Albright had it, turns it over to Corey Wilson. Back to Albright. Now over to Swift. Or pardon me, that's not Swift, that is John Dutney. And potential 2-on-1 break here if the U.S. Nope, they can't win the foot race. Good hustle by the Swiss. 5:30 remaining here in the third period. Switzerland down 4-2. Long outlet pass. Shot. Oh, good save by the Swiss netminder. Georgian keeping his team in it, as that was Connor Callahan who walked in all alone. Ball bounces up high, almost into the rafters. Ends up on the stick of a U.S. player, and now a long outlet pass. We're going to get a flooring call. We are. As number 93, Connor Callahan, was unable to get to it. Four minutes, 43 seconds remaining. U.S. up 4-2 over the home nation Swiss. Face-off won back by the United States. Long shot, gets deflected up over Schneider into the corner. Now picked up by Swiss. Looking to get a cycle going here. Wrist shot, knocked down in front. Here's an opportunity for the U.S. if they can get man. Nope. Good defensive play by the Swiss. U.S. tried to keep it in there, but mishandled it. Switzerland now with it. Dumped in down deep. Nicholas Worley had it all the way to the point. Shot hit a body. Adrian Worley with it, fires it wide. Tuminello along the near boards. And we get a whistle here as I believe the ball was popped up out of play. 3:42 left in the third period. U.S. leading the home nation Swiss 4-2. On the final game of opening day of the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Pekanowicz. Thank you for joining us. All the nice folks back home, glad to have you on board. Looking forward to an exciting week of hockey. So mishandled in the neutral zone. Now the United States tries to get it down deep. It was Persischetti that had it for a moment. As there's still a battle going along the near boards of Bergamasco. Long shot in. Oh, makes its way all the way onto the pads of Snyder. I don't think he expected that. Gives his defenseman a tap. Says, "Hey, don't let those through, kid." Referee still providing some instructions here on the draw. One back by the Swiss. Long shot from the point. Oh, almost mishandled by Schneider. Boy, that would have given the Swiss a lot of confidence to make this a one-goal game with just under 3 minutes remaining. Deflection shot. Oh, what a save by Schneider. Good positional save. Another shot. Hit a body in front. U.S. going to throw that one up. It's going to hit the rafters. And the faceoff will come back down deep into the U.S. zone. U.S. playing with fire right now. The rink is tilted in the Swiss's favor. U.S. needs to make something happen here. Try and turn this momentum around before the Swiss can find the back of the net and make this a one-goal game. Conversely, if you're the Swiss, keep doing exactly what you're doing. It's working. Good pad save. Rebound loose in front. Goes back all the way to the point. Switzerland has it. Gonna have to dump it down deep. No shooting lane. Hemmed it along the board. And that is an errant pass. Gonna go all the way down into the Swiss zone. Last 2 minutes of play in the game here. Switzerland dumps it in deep, getting the forecheck going. Intercepted by the United States. Rifled around on the near boards. Looks like that's Drew Albright with it. Albright picks it up again. Gathered up by the Swiss. Minute 30 remaining. Switzerland trying to get something on net here. Turnaround shot goes wide. Switzerland still applying pressure. Trying to get some fresh legs. Long shot from the point. Batted down off of a body as Jordan Albright gives chase. Over to the point, less than a minute to play. Levesque with it. Levesque shot. Oh, I don't think the Swiss netminder saw that one. Good choice there by Nicola Levesque to throw that on net. U.S. now with possession, 34 seconds left. Albright tried to throw that one on net. Oh, good back check by Captain Johnny Ruiz. Sent towards the near board, 25 seconds. Switzerland's got to make something happen. $15 seconds left. U.S. manages to clear, and that should just about do it. 7 seconds left. Flooring call, but with 5.7 seconds left, I'm going to go ahead and say Switzerland's not going to put two in the back of the net. United States holding on to a 4-2 lead. Looks like they are going to get the W as the Swiss netminder, who's played a good game. I mean, really, you know, this guy, Kilian Georgian, can't really say anything was his fault. Draw one back into the corner by the United States. They're going to be content to just eat this one, as we have some angry fans here in the stands, as that was a pretty hard check into the boards. But with 1.3 seconds left, the referees are going to separate both teams. I don't think there was any malicious intent. I think the United States player was just trying to get body position to eat up the clock. Looks like Brandon Jones down there. Trying to see if we're getting a call here. Yeah, it looks like Bartos is going off for that elbow he threw at Jones after the check. So 1.3 seconds left. United States about to wrap up their first W of the tournament here against the home nation, Switzerland. In the official opening match of the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. There's still some jawing going on. Not sure what. I mean, we're talking about 3 minutes later here, what you're jawing about. Referee saying, I need 5 for a draw. I don't think it really matters who the United States puts out right now, but just to be safe, they have Carter, Ruiz. You see Jordan Albright out there, Levesque, and is that number 16, I believe? Yes, it is John, a.k.a. J.D. Dutney. So it doesn't really what matter happens on the draw here. That'll be a wrap for this one, folks, as the United States gets the W. They're going to go over and congratulate their netminder, Robbie Schneider. Played a heck of a game, as Switzerland will go over and congratulate their netminder. Because I'll tell you, Killian Zorjan played a heck of a game. He really did. It's a good game. It's a good hockey game to watch. Going to head over to stats.isbhf.com and check what the final stats are here. And it looks like Zorjan ended up making 29 saves and Robbie Schneider made 24. Both goalies very solid in net. Looks like they changed a goal. They gave a goal to Corey Wilson, assisted by Levesque and Carter. That was the third goal, which I had originally as Brandon Jones. So Jones only ended up with 1 point. Looks like Corey Wilson ends up with 3 points. So I guess he's the odds-on favorite for player of the game. Switzerland, tough call. I mean, I could see him giving it to the netminder, but, you know, Thomas Mueller had 2 assists. I mean, he was all over the floor, as was one of the goal scorers, Alexander Mahmoud. We'll see what happens.
The best player of Team Switzerland is with the number 2 from Mainz, Alexander Mahmoud.
Yep, there we go. Alexander Mahmoud, number 2. Hey, credit where credit's due, man. Kid played his heart out. He was all over the floor tonight. Scored a goal, made some great passes, broke up quite a few plays. Heck of a young player.
And the best player outside of USA is with number 13, Brandon Jones.
So Brandon Jones, number 13, wins it for the United States. Even though they took a goal away from him, which I'm not sure is correct, the United States may want to contest that. I thought he had 2. Certainly deserving, you know, of a player of the game award. Well, that's just about going to do it for me tonight, folks. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I know for those of you back in the United States, it's an early start. We have the women opening up our Saturday, the United States and Slovakia at 9 a.m. local time. So since we're 6 hours ahead, right, that'll be 3 a.m. U.S. time. But that's going to be a good game. The United States does not play again until, pardon me, the U.S. men, until Sunday, June 23rd, when they play at the same time, 8:15 p.m. against Finland. So that's a wrap for me. Appreciate everybody joining us on this opening day. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to stay tuned the rest of the week. The 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Have a great rest of your night.